this. I made one where it has a background built in because it's real hard to read, but it's on certain things except the commercial. But we'd have to switch the title or something. We should see one of the posters.
just check in the pre. No, we're actually live on that. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Montgomery High School. Keith Glock, Matt Polk, Tim Bartholomew with you, Mandy Shovlin, and both Jess and Jen Kroc as we get set for boys basketball tonight here in the Den against Ridge. What's up, boys?
How's it going?
It's going fantastically well. Thank you very much. I can actually speak again without fear that something's going to crack or I might go into a coughing fit of some kind and infect.
We're looking for more highlights, so. A little disappointed now.
Well, listen, whatever.
It's not over. He doesn't have fear that anything's going to crack. It doesn't mean it's not going to actually happen.
It is the truth. That was a rough couple of weeks, though. I mean, I can't believe how long that stayed with me. That was horrendous. So everybody in Meyerland paid the price for that. So thanks for sticking with us on all of that. And a really entertaining, we hope, night of boys basketball here. This is a really humongous game for Montgomery. Now we're obviously in the second half of the conference season. For anybody who's new to the Meyer, new to Somerset County boys basketball, the way things work here in this conference is you play everybody once, and then you come back and play everybody again. It's a home-and-home series. So now we're in the backside. Everybody that we played on the road in the front half, we're now playing at home in the second half. Went up to Ridge in the early part of the season and picked up a humongous win against the Red Devils, who wear green. Don't ask me why, even though I really know the reason. And they did that, unfortunately, for Montgomery tonight, where it will pose a much bigger issue without one of their best players, Gavin Kreitz. Kreitz, a sophomore, just like Ryan Curry, fantastic, 5'10", guard, handles. And when I tell you that this kid can shoot it, he can shoot it. Absolutely their most talented offensive player. Pogue, you and I watched a little video today. Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, I think he was doing box jumps over the 48-incher or something every time he shoots. I don't know. He's going to be really difficult to cover. I don't know how they're going to get a hand up because even when they do, he's going to jump and he's going to be over it.
You're going to see him elevate as he takes jump shots to a level that you're like, whoa, that's happening. Like that's a thing. Yes. For anybody, I when we saw it, because I had heard kind of that was a thing, and then I was like, let me see this. So we, got sent a couple of highlights, and I was like, oh yeah,
like it's a thing. Yeah.
It's like extremely noticeable, which is it's just odd looking because it's so professional looking is the best way I can say it. So that's going to be something that Montgomery has to contend with all night long. Another big man inside, Jaden Hilton. He's actually a Division I baseball prospect. And I would say it's kind of Kreitz and everybody else is the way that I would describe Ridge. But everybody else is pretty talented, and they have some kind of some secondary ball handlers, maybe in a way that Montgomery does not. And Kreitz's kind of ability to elevate above ball pressure to get that shot off. From what I understand, because you and I spoke a little bit earlier today about their game against Immaculata. When you look at that, Immaculata was a pretty impressive team when they were here against us, and Ridge beat Immaculata by 5. So you look at those, commutative property of addition deals, and you go, all right, well, what's the story? And the story was that despite the ball pressure that Immaculata brought against Kreitz the same way that they did here, he can just kind of create his own. So it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult. But this is a Ridge 6-5, but do not let that fool you because they bring Kreitz off the bench, or they have been bringing him off the bench. We'll see if they're going to continue to do that today because he was dealing with a back injury. And I'm pretty sure he's fully healthy at this point, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's slipped back into the starting lineup. But I think that is mostly what you can account for the 6-5 record. And, I mean, we've been doing this long enough here now to know that Ridge is just coming in every time you play them. The one thing for sure is that they're going to be well coached.
Yeah, I mean, Ridge is almost like the new Hillsborough. One of those rivalry games that we have. and they always put up a good fight. And like you said, in the beginning when we went to Ridge, they were down a couple players that are going to be in the lineup today, so it's going to make a big difference. Montgomery's going to have to do a good job, pressing the ball, making them take shots maybe that they're not comfortable with, and hopefully, get our shooters shooting early.
Yeah, no, I agree. Pogue, you and I looked through that. We obviously didn't go to Gill, and then you look at the final score against Gill, and you go, all right, well, that's something. And then we looked at the box score, and pretty impressive.
Yeah, they ended the game, I think it was a 27-16 run, something like that. Well, you wonder, all right, did they pull the starters? Was this really just them getting some garbage minutes? But no, they started to click, and if they can carry that over and start shooting hot, might be a really great game tonight.
Prescott had 4 threes, I believe, in that game. Curry, 5 threes. So, we saw Curry just really starting to hit his stride, in the last couple of games after a pretty rough one against Immaculata. They all can't be, humdingers, I guess, if you want to say that. But regardless, it hopefully bodes for a good matchup here tonight, and one Montgomery can win. I think they would get, I think this is a 28 power point game, so it's a pretty big deal.
Solid points.
Because we're obviously now, again, in the part of the season where we're going to start talking about PowerPoints a little bit more. And again, just to educate everybody who isn't necessarily all on the up and up with how the playoff system in New Jersey works is you get points for, every victory that you get. You get multipliers based on the size of the school that you beat. And then you get additional points for every game that team has won. And you're still going to get some points even if you lose based on the number of wins that the other team has. But, some losses are better than others, obviously. The loss to North Hunterdon right now isn't paying off, because I think they only have 5 wins. So, that's a tough one. This one, Ridge is going to keep winning. We're pretty sure of that as the season goes on. The Cinnaminson win has not been a good win. Cinnaminson, I think we all knew that they had dropped off from what was a pretty tough squad a year ago. I don't think anybody realized they were going to drop off as much as they had. So they only have 1 win. So I only say all of that because it makes a game like tonight just that much more important. A game like Tuesday against North Hunterdon, again, that much more important to win. So, games in the Den, you've all been around here. In the playoffs, it's tough to win here.
Yeah, it's tough. Montgomery always puts up a good fight. And, we tend to get a bigger student section in the playoffs. And, the atmosphere is definitely home field advantage. So you want to fight for every point and try to make sure that you get as many home games as possible.
No doubt. Well, why don't we take a break so that I can build you a starting lineup graphic, and we'll get all the rest of the info that we need. We'll come back, give you a couple little more tidbits, and then we'll have boys basketball. A big matchup here in the Cougar Den against Ridge coming up in just a few minutes. You are caught in the mire. Don't move a muscle. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mire. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Mandy Shovlin, Jess and Jen Kroc. And, guys, we talked a lot about, some of the offensive things that were going on in both teams as we head into this matchup against Ridge. Defensively, what are we going to see tonight?
Well, make sure everyone can hear me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like a man.
Ridge, like a man. Ridge is primarily a man-to-man team. They try to, get into the half-court defense. So they're going to try to press the ball a little bit. They went into press against Immaculata, and so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of that with today. If that's not working, they go in long stretches of 2-3 zone. Okay, and so we could expect to see that.
So as you then take that and you digest that from what they're going to try to do defensively, you're Montgomery. How are you trying to counter that?
Well, first thing I want to do is, again, get Rubio in the middle. I want to make sure that he's a big target and then not have these guys set up on the corners that are that difficult pass, but just getting the ball over half court and then not being rushed, because once they start rushing before you even get into half court offense, nobody's really cutting because everybody's scrambling to get in position. It kind of messes up their flow. So as long as they can get the ball up calmly and just kind of break the press and get moving, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
What about Montgomery defensively? How do you think they employ kind of, against this Ridge offense?
I wouldn't be surprised to see just more of the same. We'll go back into our man. We'll press when we need to and make sure that, we're kind of dictating the pace of the game. I think defensively the main key for us is to take, what's his name, Kreitz, right? Kreitz.
Yeah.
You got to take Kreitz out of the game. Their success has been basically dependent on him. So you got to make sure that we are, making sure that he's not getting the shots and he's not doing those things, get a hand in his face and, and make sure that he's not scoring, and then we can concentrate on winning.
He has moved back into the starting lineup, so, you don't get that even brief respite maybe at the beginning of quarters or anything like that maybe you would be when a coach would employ the starting lineup back out on the court. So that's going to be what it's going to be, and Montgomery will have to deal with him. And to me, it's just, do you have the horses? Do you have the guys that you can just run out there, that can keep track of them? Because the bench is not super long.
But you can't overcompensate, though, because if you're so focused on him and you're saying, we got to close out, he's going to put the ball on the floor if you're running too hard to close out. And then if he drives and kicks or drives and gets to the hoop, you have to be disciplined.
Well, I think we saw with Immaculata, too, right? Like, we were concentrating on Honus, and then lo and behold, they had three other guys that were just putting the ball in the hoop, and Honus didn't actually have that great a game against us, but these other guys did. And so we got to find that balance where we can shut down their main guy, but also play competitively with their role players, because their role players aren't bad.
No, not at all. That matchup zone, and it's one of the things that kind of continues to amaze me about how well we can employ that. And it's almost like how do we do this year after year without anybody kind of really catching up? But I just think when you execute it, it's one of those Nick Nolte and why am I losing my mind?
Don't help him. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, come on.
I have no
basketball movie.
Basketball. There's a lot of them.
Shaq, Penny Hardaway, Ricky Rowe.
Space Jam.
No,
was it Kazam?
Coach Bashford.
White man can't jump.
Why am I losing my mind right now? What, the Nick Nolte basketball movie?
He got game, right?
Nick Nolte basketball movie.
Blue Chips.
Blue Chips.
Oh, was
Blue
it
Chips.
actually? I was just messing with you.
Yeah, Blue Chips.
Oh, Blue Chips.
Man.
Okay.
I thought it was Space Jam.
No.
I don't know.
Blue Chips. Great speech from Nick Nolte.
Like Bugs Bunny.
Oh, that is
I'll
a
go
great
over there
movie.
and tell Bobby Knight what we're doing. I'll go over and tell him what we're doing. Because it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Great movie.
That was my
I like
Nick Nolte
the
right there.
Myers.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That wasn't bad, right?
Need a little more
it was
shake
good.
in the
And
face,
And Myers' version of the bleep button.
That's
You're
right.
like-
Yeah. A little hesitation.
All right, we're going to take a break for the national anthem. We're going to come back. We'll hear from Mandy Shovlin, and then we're going to have tip-off. Boys basketball here in Montgomery. Cougars versus Ridge. Right after this, you're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. welcome back to Montgomery. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Mandy Shovlin, Jess and Jen Kroc, a full Meyer staff on tap here tonight for the matchup against Ridge. And let's bring the Ridge starters to you right now if we can. It will be Gavin Kreitz back in the starting lineup for the Red Devils. And this will be his first time back in there after a back injury. Nate Herrera, you'll see him handle the ball a bit. Easton Smith, Jake Shapiro, and also Jaden Hilton, who is just a sophomore, and he will man the middle of the paint. He will play Division I baseball in college, so you know that means he is an athlete. Let's get the starting lineup for your Montgomery Cougars.
Kai Lewis, senior, guard.
Noah Velocic, junior, forward.
Matt Prescott, junior, forward.
Ryan Curry, sophomore, guard.
Chris Rubio, junior, forward.
As you hear Christian Lugo announcing the Montgomery starters behind us, Matt Prescott and Noah Velocic. Velocic still wearing number 35. I guess that means I got to change that graphic, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Man, that's a lot of work.
Just help him find his jersey.
That would actually fix it, too.
Gosh darn it. Whoever's got that jersey, give it back. I don't want to do any more work.
Making our life harder.
Seriously. Good hell. Interested to see what Kai can bring defensively for the Cougs today. You know, he's been a thorn.
Yeah, he's been a thorn, but as you were mentioning earlier, Kreitz can jump, so it's going to be tough with the height difference.
As we get set here for tip-off, let's head on over to Mandy Shovlin for a little sideline reporting. Mandy, what do you got?
Okay, guys, Montgomery is coming into this game with an away win against Phillipsburg. However, on the other side, Ridge is coming into this game with a 4-winning game streak. Their best player, Gavin Kreitz, is coming into this game after being out a few games with an injury. He has 24 threes this season. This will definitely be a competitive game for both teams, and hopefully one the Cougars will be able to clinch. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mandy. Mandy Shovlin doing a bang-up job, as always, for us here on the Mire. Montgomery in the home whites as they go left to right on the Mire, and Ridge in the road blacks. And it will be the Red Devils who come away with the tip. First time at home this season that Montgomery has.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Lost one of those. They go inside right away to Hilton, and Rubio kind of lost him and ends up getting a block, but can't corral it as it goes out of bounds.
That was fortunate. He was all by himself underneath the basket, had an easy lay-in, and just kind of hit the back iron.
Kreitz will trigger it for the Red Devils. Good job by Kai Lewis to plaster on the backdoor cut. Easton Smith will hoist away from three. That is short, no good, and Velocic can't grab it. It's going to be a long night if Montgomery gives up 3 offensive sets on every possession.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's always been a key for us, is controlling the boards and being able to get in and get those offensive and defensive boards.
Good job by Prescott to stay on his feet. And you see the first 3 for Kreitz as he elevates and knocks it down.
That was good form.
Well, at least he didn't make us look silly in terms of our pregame analysis.
Yeah, and look, we got it right back in. So look at us, 2 for 2.
That's right, Rubio finding his way to the middle for an easy bucket.
Pogue just calling it out in the beginning.
Good help defense by Velocic there, as Easton Smith again will go to the baseline. And good inside out. Hilton, a short corner, Jay, no good, and Velocic will come down with it. Curry, the ball in his very capable hands. Rubio goes right to the hole against Hilton. He leaves it inside for Velocic, who can't get the layup to go.
It was a good cut. Just wasn't able to get any glass and just tried to touch it in there. Wasn't successful.
Smith, his floater no good. A good box out that time by Noah Velocic. Curry showing some of the magic that his ball handling skills possess, as Rabayo's three is no good, and they're going to get a foul on Ridge. Vlasic been very strong so far on the boards.
I feel like this is going to be like a classic matchup with Curry and Kreitz for the next several years.
No doubt about it.
Two pretty amazing sophomores.
Rabayo again to the hole. Great pass inside for Kai Lewis, and again using some height high off the backboard. You know, when you're that small, you got to make your living that way, right?
It's like a coping mechanism, but he's got it.
Kreitz elevating again. He's 2 for 2. Boy, he could score the basketball.
I mean, he's got a green light whenever he touches the ball. You know, that's what coach is going to let him shoot because of things like that.
You almost want to say that, like, as a great backdoor cut, Prescott on the receiving end from Curry. You almost want to say, do you go junk defense against him and just go box and one or something and say, look, I'm just not going to let him shoot at all?
I mean, but he was 3 feet behind the line, and, you know, a guy had a hand in his face, and he still shot it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to weigh your
your options.
options.
Who even knows if that kind of junk defense would help you? Curry for Rabayo. Curry's going to hoist from way downtown. He'll fire away and tell Kreitz, anything you can do, I can do better, and it's 9-6 Cougs.
Kreitz who? Who's that now?
Yeah, easy, a little early, easy.
Listen, Poe, get on board. We're cheering for Montgomery.
That's right. Good help defense by Prescott as he comes up with a block. Curry again from the corner this time. That's no good, but Prescott's got the rebound, and he'll go up with it and not be able to find the layup.
Oh, come on.
Curry can't find it either.
That was an unfortunate series.
But a turnover from Ridge as the exchange between Herrera and Shapiro was no good.
I tell you, Glock, the Myers getting some more viewers. I know Coach Bass was just saying some of his boys at home are going to tune into the game today. So,
love it. Love it.
So we're just broadening our horizons.
Love it. Midway point of quarter number 1, 9-6 Montgomery. And a steal by Prescott as he'll throw up ahead for Curry. Kreitz trying to track him down. Can't, and it's a layup.
See? It's good work right there. Your scorer's got to score.
That was, to me, a scouting report turnover there. You know, knowing just the tendencies as Kreitz firing away again. Boy, you can't give him an inch.
I mean, just off the dribble, nice, easy release, and it's like he's not even trying.
You got to wonder if this invigorates Curry to say, like, yeah, like it's me versus you. Here's Prescott. He'll hoist away. That's no good. Vlasic trying to track it down and can't.
Getting tangled up with one of the Ridge guys, Easton Smith.
Cougs by a bucket here as we are approaching the 3-minute mark of quarter number 1. Great job by Rabayo as he again able to stay straight up and down and not commit the foul.
Got to set your offense right now and kind of get a good shot. Don't rush it.
Prescott turning things around, and now they'll reset. Kai Lewis, dribble drive. He kicks, a couple extra passes. Prescott again for 3. Yes!
Feeling it.
Great job sharing the basketball there. Extra pass from Vlasic paid dividends, and the Cougs lead it by 5.
Everybody got to get involved. This is good.
Nearly another travel as Prescott nearly was fouled. The floater in the lane, no good. Rabayo's got it. This is important here for Montgomery to keep getting buckets off of stops like this. Curry.
Thought about it.
He'll go to the hoop. And back outside. Great pass inside and a great job by Hilton to recover. Here comes Ridge with a little momentum. Nearly a kickball, but no call. A short jumper, no good, and Rabayo there to track it down over Hilton.
I'm actually liking this matchup between Hilton and Rabayo.
This is going to be interesting.
They're fighting.
Curry blows by. He's hit, no call. Lays it in anyway. And a timeout from Ridge.
Go get it.
Boy, you just see Curry, that quick step. We'll take the timeout with Ridge. Cougs lead it here by 7. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Okay, maybe we won't take a break, Pope? No?
Let's stay right here for a second.
Here you go, bro.
You got to play this before you throw.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
You got any other replays you want to show me now?
Well, now we're running out of time, you know what? Since you asked, I'll be nice to you. Let's take a look at some of those threes.
There's probably no good plays to play from that first quarter.
As we just see Curry just firing away. So it's a 7-point lead for Montgomery. Kreitz again will fire away. That time no good. And long rebound to Curry. Sorry, Timmy, go ahead.
See, he misses.
Rowan, who had a strong game the other day against Peaburg. They're looking for a little more out of him.
You got Marco in. Expect to get a little more more boards. Ooh.
Good job by Curry, knowing he has to work, just really hard to get the basketball sometimes. Prescott, he'll come off the screen and fire. No good. Velocic, and what are they going to say? Tied up.
Good hustle by Velocic to get that ball and get the jump.
Rabayo's respite was brief.
Get it in.
Curry right off the inbound. No good. Short. Rowan, instead of just grabbing it, tried to tip it out.
I think he thought Curry was still there and Curry had left. No.
Kreitz. Short and a block by Prescott.
Yeah, great defense. Get a hand in there.
Feith very upset.
Oh, good pass.
Extra pass. Rowan for 3. No good. Linez. And they're going to say no. They're going to say Rabayo? They're going to say Rabayo cleared out underneath. Nolan Murphy was the recipient of whatever, in truth, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I was concentrating on Marco.
So a stop here at the end of the quarter would be big for the Cougs. Here's a 3 from the corner. That is short, no good. Rabayo's got it with 5. Montgomery, if they can hurry, might be able to get something up. 2 seconds with 1. Curry's going to fire from way downtown. Oh, no good.
Come on.
That'll take us to the end of quarter number 1. And as we do, we see the sharing the basketball from Montgomery, and that has led to a 7-point lead. Second quarter coming up right after this. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. welcome back to the Den. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Jess and Jen Kruk, Mandy Shovelin. Everybody here for Meyer basketball.
So far, everything that we were toting it to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Impressed with Gavin Kreitz. He is as advertised. Curry now wandering around with his sophomore counterpart. Boy, it's got to be tough to be a marked man like that, just to see what other teams are going to do to you, as he will elevate again with a hand in his face and again knock it down.
Seems like he's dealing with it.
It's like, just get me the ball, guys. Just give me an inch.
Wow. Wow. It's not even like, you know, sometimes you can point to something wrong happening defensively. There's nothing wrong happening defensively there. Holy cow. Rabayo has it taken out of his hands for a moment, and Linez will drive and kick. Prescott again firing away, no good. And let's see what they're going to get. Ridge inside this time. They're going to get Jake Shapiro on a foul. Second foul for Mr. Shapiro. They get it into Linez. Marco with a stutter step uses the window.
Making it happen.
That fell ever so gently through the basket.
Yeah. Oh, I got to trap that.
Dribble drive is no good. An offensive rebound again. Montgomery just needs to just grab the basketball.
I know. We're just doing a lot of tipping it.
They are going to get, let's see if they get Linez or Hilton. They get Linez on the foul. And let's take a listen from Mandy Shovelin. Mandy, wait a minute. Let's see what she's got. And there you go. Go ahead, Mandy. What do you have?
Hey, guys. So after listening to Coach Grundy on the huddle, he basically made the points that we want to watch the Ridge's key players like Kreitz and make them tired so they don't play at their best performance. He also stressed the idea of no ball watching, how that will hurt the Cougars in the long run in this game. Finally, he made the point of how we need to spread out on offense and how that will spread out also the Ridge defense, which will give us, in turn, more opportunities. All right, guys, that's what I heard. Back to you.
Thanks, Mandy. It's Mandy Shovelin doing a bang-up job over there for us, as always, as Vlasic will fire away. No good.
Didn't set himself.
Rabayo complaining about some contact on his back, but that certainly was an out-of-bounds play off of his shins.
I feel like they're letting him play a little bit more aggressively today.
We saw Kreitz, the last one that he missed actually might have been the one where he caught the ball with the most space.
He had to think about it.
Rabayo trying to catch up from behind, couldn't, but he was there enough to at least make Hilton think about it. Curry, great crossover. Tries to leave it inside. That was maybe just a little too much. As Hilton, he comes the other way, no good, and they're going to get Vlasic. I think that's a good call. So that'll be the fourth team foul on the Cougs. First foul on Vlasic. Difficulty getting it in, but they finally do. You know that he's got the quick trigger. I wonder where the range is, though. As he tries to drive that time, can't, and Rabayo with a good board. Curry. Throws up for Lewis, and Kai will throw back in the middle. Rabayo is with some contact laying it in.
Still gets it in. That was a good pass by Kai, man.
It's just another one of those where I'm like, oh, yeah, get up. Like, already, hurry up already.
Yeah.
You know?
It's too much thinking.
8-point lead for Montgomery.
We're just doing our best to move that ball around.
Turnover as the pick and roll that time from Colin Lombardi and Hilton just not there. And now you're going to see maybe a little bit more pressure than what we have.
Be interested to see how we respond to it.
No issue for Kai Lewis getting it over the timeline as he leaves it inside for Curry. Couple extra passes. Rabayo's going to try his hand at a three, and he'll knock it down.
Nice.
And a foul off of the... They're going to get Linez. They're going to say it's a good basket, but Linez is going to get called for the foul. As we get another look at Rabayo inside, just muscling his way for a bucket.
So some pressure from Montgomery.
Good pressure from Kai Lewis as Kreitz barely makes it over the timeline. They're going to
call Kai on.
Yeah, Kai Lewis gets called for the foul. Sixth on the team with 4:30 to go in the quarter. That's no bueno, as Ridge might be able to get some freebies. A dribble drive, no good. Curry there, though, to crash the boards. Here he'll come with the other way with some pace. He throws up for Rabayo. What a look! And Rabayo's going to use the glass to lay it in.
Great finish. I mean, I thought he was a little too far underneath, but he was still able to come up with it.
Timeout coming from Ridge. Look at this look from Curry. Up ahead to Rabayo, and boy, what a finish. Cougs lead it by 13. We'll take a break. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back here to the Cougar Den. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Justin Jen Kroc, Mandy Shovlin. Pogue, dare I say, I think you might have this replay thing down.
Yeah, you dare. Don't do that.
Well, now you ruined it.
Yep, there you go.
Great.
No, I think we actually kind of made it as dumb-proof as we possibly can here at this
And
point.
there's the dig. There, I was waiting for it.
I didn't say that. I didn't mean that you were dumb. I just meant it's dumb-proof.
Yeah, exactly.
Should we insert someone a bit dumber? They would also be fine.
Okay, good.
How about that?
That one, you know what? No.
I think he's saying if you mess up, now you're dumb.
Little backdoor cut and a floater, no good. And Prescott able to come down with it. And they're going to get a timeout for Coach Grundy. 30-second timeout, so we'll keep you here. Montgomery with a pretty impressive first half thus far. Still a lot of time to go here before the intermission. 3:41 to play, and it's a 13-point lead. All 12 points for Mr. Kreitz from behind the three-point line.
Yeah. It's funny, you look at this first half and you say the story of the half is Kreitz, and they're losing by 13.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's pretty amazing. Montgomery's been doing a great job distributing the ball. Like, there's not one player that I'm saying is like, oh, really leading the charge. Whereas with Ridge, it's just Kreitz, and the other players aren't stepping up at this point.
They're still making him work for those 12, though. He's running around the entire court to get over.
I don't think one of his three-pointers was like, I was like, oh yeah, he should make that. All of them were contested.
Yeah, and the first one was on a third chance possession as well. So, they do a little bit better job of that, and things might improve. They need to press the ball into the middle here. There it is. Vlasic nearly loses the handle, though. Curry's thinking about pulling that from all the way out there.
It's a good thing.
That's it right there. Into the middle, and they'll get a foul for Rabayo as he nearly came up with an N1. As we watch it again here, Vlasic with a great bounce pass. You could kind of see it coming. Need ball fakes, need to get the ball into the middle to distribute against that zone. And that time Rabayo just couldn't finish, but that's how you need it.
One of the things I thought was impressive about that possession is I was watching as they're moving the ball on the outside. Kai usually will send that pass right back to Curry, but this time he had a little bit of vision. He saw that there was a trap and didn't make that pass. Whereas I think in games past, we made some silly passes like that, and it just goes to show the growth so far this season.
Yep. Very deliberate free throw shooter is Rubio, as we know, and he's 1 for 2. The lead grows to 14. Look at Kai Lewis keeping his hands deliberately behind his back because he does not want to get called for any reach-in fouls. Boy, they are so, look at Prescott, they're just moving to Kreitz at all times, and for good reason. Curry trying to save it, and wow, what a save by Rubio to Prescott, and a very athletic play from Ridge to steal it back. Here they come the other way.
I mean, that just looked good, though.
Hilton will be the recipient of that pass. But wow, Rubio, what a great hustle for him on the floor.
I mean, everyone involved in that takeaway did a great job.
Lewis loses the handle, has it taken right out of his hands. And a layup and one as Velocic is going to get called for the foul from behind.
You can't get that foul. It's not a good foul.
Let's get another look at that hustle play from Rubio. Wow, what a great flip there. And I know it didn't come up with a bucket as Prescott kind of did everything he could to get a look at the basket. Free throw no good, and it will be out of bounds off of Nolan Murphy's hands. JT Szymborski into the game for the first time today. Freshman southpaw as Curry's going to shoot from way downtown and says, doesn't matter how far away I am. Riley Green applauding somewhere in upstate New York.
Yeah. Somebody put a hand up. Come on.
Oh, Kreitz wanted it. Is he going to try to answer right back here? And no, as he will come up with a steal. Velocic up ahead, and Rubio is hammered from behind by Hilton.
Huh.
Well, I mean, look, that's what you got to do.
Yep.
Get another look at Curry here from way, way, way downtown. My goodness.
He's got to get his shots up, man. He's got to get his shots up.
No doubt. A lot of faith in Rubio, despite the 1 for 2 showing on the first attempt. Unable there, but I just don't think that I'm ever going to say that I don't have faith in him after those free throws last year at Rutgers Prep. So
yeah, he's clutch.
It's going to be what it's going to be.
He can be. You're going to miss a few now and again, but he's typically a very clutch player.
Second one from Chris is good. So again, 1 for 2. 14-point lead again for the Cougs as we're under 2 minutes. Ridge, a lot of motion on offense as bad spacing. Prescott just sprinting to Kreitz as he comes off a screen that time and fires away. No good. And it is going to be a jump ball, I believe. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Possession arrow to the Cougs.
I thought they might go over the back on Rubio.
And I think if either official had looked at the other and gave that signal, that was the way they were going to go, but both came in and said, the way that looked, we'll call a held ball. Prescott for now Szymborski as they go to Curry in the middle. Back outside. Matt for 3. No good. Rubio, can he get the long rebound? No. And instead, they will come up with a steal, maybe. And does Grundy get a timeout? He does.
There we go, baby.
Under a minute to go, and Grundy gets the timeout to save him. Great job here by Rubio on the hustle play to get Grundy the timeout, and we'll take the timeout with him. Montgomery leads it by 14. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back here to the Den. Keith Glock, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, Mandy Shovelin, Jess and Jen Kroc with you in the mire. Montgomery, a very impressive first half so far here against Ridge, and another great timeout by Grundy to save possession and see if the Cougs can get another bucket here before the half.
Thought he might pull it.
Not right there. Velocic, as he'll hand off for Curry. Noah's going to fire away. That's no good from three, but Rabayo's got the rebound. He'll try to work underneath, and it'll end up for Prescott. A little elbow jumper for Matt, and he knocks it down. He's been money from that spot.
Yeah, that's great. You don't see too many mid-range jumpers, and then for him to be able to hit that was a big 2 points for us.
See if they can get a stop here before the half. If I'm Montgomery and I'm saying Ridge wants to just wait here for the end of the half, I'd be very content to do that. Kreitz. A dribble drive, and no good on the layup, but it'll be free throws as Shapiro will go to the line.
But that's what you got to love about JT, man. He steps in and tries to take that charge every time. And he's been successful this year. He's had 2 or 3 of them that he was able to get, and sometimes in a big situation.
First one's no good for Shapiro, so Szymborski is, his fears are allayed, if you will. And 1 for 2. And here's pressure from Ridge. Let's see if they can get it in Curry's hands. No, it'll go to Prescott. He's going to race up court with 2. With 1, Curry is going to hoist from 3. Oh, and he nearly gets a tough one to go down here before the half.
That would have been awesome.
Wow, as it stands, a pretty impressive first half. Mandy Shanlin getting ready to be joined by Joe Bassford, the assistant coach for Montgomery. And Mandy, what do you have for us?
All right, guys, I'm here with Coach Bassford to ask him a few questions. First question, how is your team planning to maintain the lead coming into the second half?
Well, we have to shut down Kreitz as much as we can. He's a lights-out shooter. He's dangerous. I thought our guys did a pretty good job of that in the first half, with the exception of the first couple. But we got to limit him and hopefully, make the other guys put shots up.
Okay, last question. What is something that your team is doing well in this first half that you would like to carry into the second half?
I love the fact that we're all over diving on the floor for loose balls. I feel like our guys are out hustling them right now. We want to keep that up. We want to keep playing hard, and hopefully the shots will keep falling as well.
Yeah, I agree. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
Thanks, Mandy. Mandy Shovelin doing a great job for us. We're at halftime. Montgomery leads it by 15, 32-17 over Ridge. We'll take a break, come back. Some statistics and highlights for you right after this. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. welcome back here to Montgomery. Keith Block, Matt Pogue, Tim Bartholomew, the full cast, Mandy Shovelin, Jess and Jen Kroc, as the Cougs lead Ridge at halftime. Let's take a look. We only get a couple of first half highlights for you, as still figuring out some of our toys, and what automatically deletes and what does not. So what do we got here, Mr. Pogue? Let's take a gander. As you see, a nice block there from Hilton on Robayo. And just Gavin Kreitz is super, super impressive on shooting from the outside. Robayo has the range that few other guys his size do. And this one, Matt Prescott will strap it up and lock it down from the elbow. And it all adds up to a 15-point halftime lead for the Cougs. And Timmy, I got to tell you, I don't really know that I could have envisioned the first 16 minutes going any better than that.
No, this game was everything you thought it was going to be. I mean, when Ridge is coming out, and I thought Ridge played very well, but Montgomery is doing a terrific job being able to control the ball, and just get their shots up, and their shots are falling tonight.
No doubt about that. And I've really been impressed, with the way that Montgomery has been able to share the basketball. Noah Vlasic, playing probably a stronger game than the points box score might indicate, as, he kind of was integral, I would say, off the boards in the first couple of minutes. And let's get some statistics and some analysis from Mandy Shovelin. Mandy, what do you have?
Okay, guys, here are some first half stats for you. In the first half, Curry had 10 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Chris Robayo, on the other hand, had 11 points and 5 rebounds. Something that really stands out compared to last home game is the amount of turnovers. In this game, they only have 3 turnovers, which is a big improvement from last game at home. Okay, guys, that's it. Hopefully we have a great second half. Back to you.
Thank you, Mandy. Mandy Shovelin. As we get set for the beginning of quarter number 3. So if you're the Cougs here, Pogue, what do you do to keep this rolling?
A lot of what you just did. Like tire out Kreitz and just make sure that he's working for every hoop that he does get, because he's going to get them. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as they're shutting down everybody else, it's working.
Expert analysis.
I just just keep doing it.
Just whatever they did in the first half, we're gonna go with that.
That looked good there.
Yeah.
Whatever that there was.
Well, it's better than change it. Why would they change it?
Yeah. I would keep the 15-point lead is what I would do.
I love it. It's so insightful.
Love it.
We'll see what Ridge comes out and does differently. I'll be curious to see if they try a little bit more screens, try to make some more room for Kreitz, because obviously he's the guy who they need to get the ball to.
We're going to get a look at wall cam this half, Pogue, or what?
Yeah, we used it a little. We'll get some more wall.
We strapped the camera to the wall today. See what happens. As Curry is going to get a block right away, and he'll now streak the other direction. And they're going to say are they going to say a held ball? They're going to say a jump ball.
Interesting.
I don't even think he landed. All right, whatever. It is what it is. Some trouble of getting it in, but Kai Lewis with a great ball fake. Has there been anybody that's been more clutch to start third quarters this year than Kai Lewis?
You got to love it, man. You got to love it.
We got to start talking about it so it sounds like we know what we're doing. And then a charge. Great job of standing on the tracks while the train was coming through for Noah Vlasic.
Yeah.
You get a look here as Honus, listen to me. Where did I get Honus from out of that?
Still having nightmares.
Having flashbacks.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Listen, at least his first name is Jaden. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jaden Hilton there running over Vlasic. So Noah continues to do the intangibles as Robayo will gather and fire. No good. And, Curry nearly came up with a steal. Dribble drive is no good, but Prescott there to knock it out of bounds.
I think the viewers at home will be surprised to know that the wall cam is just up there with tape.
It's really good tape.
Why did you have to sell us out like that?
Like, nothing but professional stuff here.
I've been promised by the actual professionals is Hilton's going to be blocked by Robayo.
No soup for you.
That Nick Milo claims that no problem, we will get you something made from woodshop and we'll get you a shelf. So that's what I like to see. Maybe we'll get you a little higher, we'll get it a little closer to the hoop. Constantly striving to improve here on the Mire. Curry.
I don't know, man. If you can't do it with tape, what can you do it with?
I don't know. It's a great behind the back dribble as Kreitz will fire and toilet bowls away. Montgomery doubling up Ridge. Wow, and a great behind the back dribble from Lewis, who saves it from going out of bounds. And they're going to say a foul.
I mean, great move. A little too much, but
That's all right.
got away with it.
Nick Losada with his third. I'm sorry, that was Shapiro. They find Curry. Great cut from the sophomore. Little reverse roll play there from Robayo and Curry, and it's 36-17.
Just move the ball and good things happen.
Dribble drive, and Curry is going to foul Shapiro, who will go to the line. Let's take a look again as we see Robayo there with the slick pass underneath to Curry.
How's our boy Pogue doing with these replays?
Listen,
Are they dummy proof?
significant improvement from the nonsense that he was giving us through the first couple of games.
Ever since you dummy proofed it?
I buy him all this technology, and it's the metaphorical throwing it against the wall.
I was going for most improved player. Yeah. So, I
Nice.
had to set it low first.
I'm going to get you one of them real small trophies. Empty trip for Ridge. Everything going right so far for Montgomery, and I have the way of putting the hex on pretty much everything that I do, so
Yeah, let's
see what happens here. Vlasic. He throws into the middle. Contested layup is no good.
That was a difficult shot. We won't say it was the hex yet.
Kreitz has it knocked away by Lewis. The book on Kreitz is that if he's going to his left, that's when he wants to pull up. Nearly a travel. Hilton back in the middle, and they're going to get Curry again. That's a good foul.
That was almost unavoidable. You
Yeah.
know? He just was kind of right there.
So Jaden Hilton will go to the line again to shoot free throws. Second foul in about a minute for Curry. No issue, though, as we are into the third quarter quite a bit. Hilton deliberately delivers, and that is no good, and it's going to be out of bounds off Robayo. Got to just rebound the basketball there. I don't really know any other way to say it. Here's a dribble drive, no good, as a air ball is thrown up and a touchdown pass for Curry as he streaks out for another layup.
A little fast-paced basketball for you right now.
And they're going to get Vlasic from the rear.
Fouling early and fouling often now. This first.
Look at that pass from Vlasic. Curry just running underneath it like George Kittle's going to do for my fantasy team this week, next weekend. Sorry, Timmy.
It's all right. I'm out of it.
Into the middle again for Hilton, and he will lay it in as Prescott, just tried.
Looked like he was going to try to take a charge, just misunderstood where he was going.
You know what? But I'd rather that than you try to move into the lane and you don't get there in time, and then it's an and one play.
Yep.
Curry using the screen. He'll stop on a dime. Fire. No good. Kreitz will have the rebound.
Oh.
Kai Lewis doing a good job of staying with Kreitz. Looks like Kreitz is just trying to get a breather.
Well, he's moving all over this court, and Kai's staying with him.
Boy, if you're Montgomery, you're just saying, it doesn't matter who else, just not him. And that's exactly what you need to do, is Curry spinning out of some difficulty. If I'm Kai Lewis, I'm just trying to move around and maybe make life a little bit more difficult for him, make him chase you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Robayo goes to the block, kicks it back outside for Vlasic. And Noah will knock down a three from the corner.
There we go. I mean, just everybody's contributing. This is Montgomery basketball at its finest.
41-20. Just past the midway point of quarter number 3. Cougs again looking for a traveling violation. Yeah. No call there, as
it looked like it.
Herrera just shuffling his feet a little bit. Herrera does not want to score the basketball, though. They know that. They'll get Prescott on a foul there. Herrera just, really tries to be and Lombardi's kind of the same way. Herrera's scoring is way down since Kreis's return, and Lombardi just really doesn't have any interest in trying to score the basketball. He's just, really a distributor.
I mean, really, I get that impression from their entire team. I mean, it looks like they're just trying to get Kreitz the ball, and when they don't have it, they're a little apprehensive about taking the shot themselves.
Drive no good, as Prescott will come down with it. And he was trying to find Curry shrieking out again for a quick layup, but Lombardi was there. Ridge picking up the defensive pressure, and they will get Hilton. And you know what, that's a consistent job by the officials making a foul call there, because you just called something very similar against Prescott the other direction. And I don't know that that's one that they really want to call, but when you call one on this end, you got to call it on the other end, and that's a good job.
By working underneath.
Here comes the screen from Robayo, as Curry will throw back for the big man. Instead of pulling, he goes to the hoop. Couple extra passes now, as Curry is going to fire away from the top of the key. That's no good. Linez avoiding a foul from running over Shapiro's back.
Ooh, and Kreitz was open.
Traveling violation there, as Ridge will turn it over. That was the most oxygen that Kreitz had all afternoon.
And I think that it goes to show that Montgomery's defense of taking him out. Now the Ridge players aren't looking for Kreitz quite as often, and they missed an opportunity right there.
Lazy pass by Linez, and he's going to get called for a foul against Hilton.
He's got to make the good pass.
Linez is still, it looks like, in the feeling out stages of getting his sea legs back on the basketball court. 2 years away from anything can have a negative effect on you. Man, you can't say enough about the job Kai Lewis is doing here, as a three is up and good. That time looked like Losada. Lead is down to 18 as we're under 2 minutes to go in the third. Robayo handling, and now for Curry. They'll go back to the block for Robayo. Great job by Hilton, and they are going to have a jump ball.
It's really good help defense by Ridge. Just Robayo backing in, and then they double team him. And he was unable to pass it out.
You're kind of looking for, and again, it's hard for us at times too to hear all the communication as we're sitting here with these headsets on, but you'd have to hope that there's some kind of, help call being shouted out to Robayo when that double team comes as quickly as it has been. There is a long three, no good, and that's, if you're going to have somebody shoot a three for Ridge, that's who you want to have doing it, Lombardi. Prescott, they're going to leave him wide open. That's not the guy you want to leave open, and it's going to result in second chance points as Kai Lewis will come down with it. And a timeout coming from Montgomery. Let's take the timeout with them. Cougs lead it by 18 here as we approach the end of quarter number 3. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to Montgomery. Keith Glock, Matt Pope, Tim Bartholomew, Mandy Shovlin, Jess and Jen Kroc. All with you in the mire as the Cougs have put up an impressive performance thus far through nearly 3 quarters, and it is an 18-point lead over a very talented Ridge team. Defensively, you don't look at this team as one that we were saying, man, defensively they're going to be real tough. They're just always freaking real tough defensively. Vlasic is a hit on his baseline jumper, so he's going to go to the free throw line for 2.
It's a good follow by Marco, though, with the putback.
Absolutely.
In case there wasn't a foul.
Stephen Portis will pick up the foul, his first, team's 4th. Poe, can I compliment you for a moment? Would that be okay?
Well, let's wait.
Would that be okay?
Listen, I just like to get your permission. As Vlasic comes up with the empty on the first free throw attempt. I like what you've done with the scoreboard.
Why, thank you.
I think we will stick with the redesign.
I thought of the viewers.
We'll have to, you got to kind of picture it as like we're branding ourselves here, you know what I mean? And consistency is key.
For us?
For everything. I want people to see that scoreboard and go, that's a Meijer scoreboard.
All right, then. Now we really can't change it ever.
Well, we could change it maybe season to season, but, for the month that we got left, let's roll with that.
Sounds good.
Keith Glock, Matt Pope, Tim Bartholomew, and Mandy Shovlin. Mandy, what do you got?
All right, guys, in this third quarter, Montgomery is having a pretty fluid offense, allowing them to score 9 points so far in this quarter. On offense, Monty's having a lot of foul trouble, with over 4 players having 2 or more fouls. This could be costly coming into this final quarter. All right, guys, that's it. Back to you.
Thanks, Mandy. We are under 30 ticks to go in the quarter. Here is a contested 3 on the way and another air ball out of bounds. And I think the far side official is going to say, I think I got a fingertip on that, and they may end up giving it to Ridge, yeah?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. It looked like he got a piece. Montgomery doesn't seem to agree.
No, that's okay, though. I was totally fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the call.
Quickly onto the post. Here's a turnaround, and it's no good.
They're going to get Noah.
Yep. Nolan Murphy's going to go to the line for free throws.
That's our 6th.
Yep, so the Red Devils will spend the final quarter in the bonus.
They've been having a little bit of trouble from the line, though.
Yeah. No good, and Curry will come down with it. Can Montgomery get points here at the end of the quarter? He goes between 2 guys. Throws up for Linez, and Linez was pushed right in the back. How's that not a call? Wow.
Just kind of rushed it. Thought he had less time than he did.
That will take us to the end of quarter number 3 as we take a look at just I thought we were going to take a look at the run out from Ryan Curry. Instead,
I did too.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate that, Pug.
All right, there you go.
All right, so forget about idiot proof. Fourth quarter coming up right after this.
Told you not to say something.
You're calling the Meyer. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to Montgomery. Fourth quarter of play coming up here, and an 18-point lead for Montgomery. Certainly looked like Linez got fouled there before the end of the quarter to me.
Yeah, definitely. Looked like he got a little push in the back. I mean, he was a little bit on edge trying to, beat the clock, but it still looked like he got a little roughed up.
So the Cougs will play offense first here. No need to be in a rush as Linez will lead for Rubio. Chris throws a little backdoor cut. Linez will be patient. Rubio, and they're going to get a blocking foul. Oh, no, the far side official is going to come in and going to overrule and say, no, we had a foul before that. This is going to be good communication.
Let's hope Rubio's all right. He's on the floor writhing a little bit. All right, looks like he's doing all right.
Oh, they're going to keep it on the offense. It's that was the wrong answer, by the way. Grundy stated his case that there was contact before the offensive foul, and the answer that he got was, "I didn't see that." And Grundy said, "Well, yeah, your buddy did, and he was trying to tell you." So an easy layup for Ridge on the other end, and Curry tries to go between his legs, and he will end up losing it, and they're going to call it travel. That was, as we like to say in the officiating world, a call where Jesus can make it right.
Yeah, a little make-it-up call.
That's all. That's all that was.
I was really surprised that was a travel.
And if you're Ridge, you got to complain about that, but that's just...
You know why it happens.
Absolutely you do. That's a great job, game management. If you're Ridge, ultimately you got the better end of that deal anyway, and that time they're going to get another jump ball. They'll say Prescott was tied up in the middle.
Still a lot of game left. Montgomery's got to kind of get it together. We have been a little bit offensively stagnant this last few minutes.
Kreitz only ended up with one attempt.
Yeah.
As that's not good, as Curry is hobbling a little to the sideline here. We'll take a look at him as he heads out into the hallway. Kai Lewis back in, and no doubt he will draw that Kreitz assignment again. As they did kind of employ that junk defense, as Lewis will put a hand up again, and Kreitz that time not able to hit. This is a dangerous proposition for Montgomery, as without Curry in the game, you don't really have a true ball handler. If I'm Montgomery, I would do exactly this.
Move the ball.
Yep. I would work for as long as humanly possible for a shot, and then try to get it to Rubio in a decent spot.
Yeah, I mean, this is this is going to go a long way to show what kind of team we got here at Montgomery, you know, to be able to play the rest of this game out without their number one contributor and ball handler.
There's some ball handling help on the way in 8th grade, as we have some very talented folks in that 8th grade class that are going to make varsity contributions very early in their career. Rubayo is going to get called for a foul.
Kind of got him on the pump fake. Went
yeah,
up,
you don't see that too often either.
He usually doesn't even have to really jump, you know.
He did a good job, though, of recovering and actually get a hand on the basketball.
Yeah. That's his 3rd. So.
I don't know why the officials were allowing Ridge to huddle and then telling Kai Lewis to get out of there. There's not a timeout. Kai, stand on the basketball court. Kai can stand wherever he wants.
Yeah.
Hilton will check back in here. Curry's testing out that ankle.
Looks like he maybe got it taped.
No good on the second.
Free throws really hurting Ridge.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Nearly a turnover.
And is.
And now is. Floater, no good, and we're going to get a over-the-back call on Hilton.
Looking for over the back.
Check that. They got Nolan Murphy on the call, not Hilton. Christian Rowan into the game, and he'll handle the basketball for Montgomery and running into some problems. Good job by Ridge. Oh, and they're going to say that was off Prescott.
I mean, you're going to see a lot of pressure for the next 5.5
Yeah,
minutes.
you have to. If you're Ridge, you have to. Kreitz, that's a lot of room. Rubayo closes out and gets a block. Got to hurry up and get back in the play, though, Chris. Kai Lewis is going to come up with a steal, I believe. They get a foul on Nick Losada.
And now we're in the bonus.
Yep. So everybody's shooting free throws from here on, as we might be here for a while.
Yeah, it seems like it.
The scoring has come to an abrupt halt.
Yeah. As fluid as it was in the first half.
Seriously. And no good on the free throw. Dribble drive and a foul. Good move by Losada.
I always hated stuff like that. Like, I felt like he came in out of control, puts the ball up, and then, gets a little bit of a foul. Now he's rewarded with 2 short shots.
Stopping Gavin Kreitz is obviously priority number 1, as you see Rubayo here just closing out on Ridge's most prominent scorer. Second free throw, no good, and Rubayo again there to corral the rebound. Kai Lewis will come over the midcourt line. He's trapped right away, throws it up, and it is intercepted as Losada goes the other way, and he's going to be fouled by Kai Lewis. So you're just seeing some of the
A little bit of collapse to this pressure.
ailments that Montgomery has without Curry in the ball game. But Montgomery getting some help from the Red Devils, who have not shot very well from the free throw line.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they're even 50% at this point.
1 for 2.
Get Rubayo. Come on. You guys can do it.
Rowan will gather the.
They're pressing hard.
They are. And a foul on Vlasic. Another turnover for the Cougs.
Feels like it's been like 10 minutes. We've got 1 minute off the clock.
Somebody's got to just rip and go by during in these doubles. That's just.
Oh, that was Vlasic's 5th foul.
So Noah's fouled out of this game. Curry jogging back onto the court as if to say at this opportune moment, like, hey, I'm ready to go here. So you'd love to see the sophomore ball handler back into the game for the Cougs. Pogue, I will have you know that I just actively defended you via text message.
Let me guess. Avalon?
What did
No, although that's as good a guess as any.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did he have to say?
It was either that or Whacker.
No, captain number 3 ball buster outside of Avalon and Whackers, Zoran Milic.
Yeah. What does he got to say?
Scoreboard, teams are on the wrong side of the benches. I was like, Zoran, the home team's always on the right, man.
Hey, we're doing pretty good if that's all you got.
Home team's always on the right.
Zoran will find more.
There's
more.
nothing.
He'll find
There's
more.
Well, now we've poked, so. You know.
Well, listen. You know how you always say that you don't got to be faster than the bear. You just got to be faster than the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's faster than the bear right now because he's getting 2 new knees, baby. Get him to chase you anywhere. You'll be all right. No good again. Rowan, can he get a second crack at it? No. They throw up ahead, and a left-handed layup is good. So things getting a little tight for the Cougs. And another steal, and a missed layup, and another crack at it, and a layup.
Here we go. New game.
8-point lead for Ridge.
Montgomery.
Or rather, I'm sorry, Ridge creeps the lead down to 8 points.
We're still in the lead.
Ridge fan base, what little there are here, getting excited as Rabayo has it taken out of his hands. And another layup and one. Not smart basketball right now for Montgomery as the lead is down to 6. And there's an eternity to play. Timeout for Montgomery. So a free throw yet to come here for Ridge, a timeout, and we'll take it with them. Lead is down to 6. You're caught in the mire. It's the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Welcome back to the Cougar Den. Keith Glock, Tim Bartholomew, Matt Pogue. Montgomery being doubled up this half. It was 32-17 at the half. So 18-9 is the Ridge run in this second half. A free throw to come here from Colin Lombardi. No good. And Rabayo throws all the way up ahead for Curry and just a little too far as he can't track it down as he's in some obvious pain.
They just need to get their composure now.
If you can just get a stop and a bucket, I think it'll calm a lot of things down. They are going to get a foul on Kai Lewis as he and Kreitz got tangled up.
It's got to be his 4th.
That is impactful.
Because now we're getting deeper into the bench.
Yeah. Ridge's best scorer knocks down the first. What has been I suppose, given the start to this game for the young man, and a quiet evening overall so far. 2 for 2, and the lead is now 4. Great job by Rowan to run out and break through the pressure. Roballo's going to get called for a walk.
Yeah, that was a gimme.
Don't quite know what that was.
I think he got in a position where he just didn't think he could put the ball down without dribbling into the Ridge defender. And instead just walked.
Hilton, no good, and Curry will come down with the rebound. Doing everything he can, spinning his way out of some trouble. Gritty, gutty play from the sophomore, crossing over into the lane, and he's going to be fouled and go to the line.
My man, just come on. How bad you got to feel like getting crossed up like that by a kid with one ankle?
That's
it's
impressive.
I mean, he would do it to me. I'd feel terrible. But
let's watch it again here as, wow, what a crossover, and as he gets into the lane, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, adrenaline can overcome a lot of things, can't it?
He's going to feel it tomorrow.
Oh, there's no doubt, but, for right now, need to knock down some freebies. Can't.
We've been pretty bad from the line the second half.
No doubt. Been bad from the line all game.
You don't notice as much when you're winning.
No, that's for sure. Missed layup, no good. And Ridge tries to save it, but Rowan there to grab it. Prescott for Curry. And they get a foul. Ridge wanted a traveling violation and didn't get the call.
So double bonus time for everybody. Everybody's shooting 2 from now on.
The foul's on Colin Lombardi, his second. First one's good. It's
a big one.
Break a humongous drought for Montgomery.
It's a big one. This is another big one. Makes it a 2-possession lead, just a tie.
Herrera's back in the game for Ridge. No good for Curry. I would keep it in Lombardi's hands here as long as possible if I am Montgomery. Kreitz will fire. No good. It hits the stanchion and out of bounds.
Kai keeping his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
The only problem with that is Kreitz has a quick pull, and you don't get your hand up. It's almost always in for him.
Curry easily goes to retrieve it. He's telling Kai to just back up and give me some space. Let me work. Gets it back. And a touch foul on the outside. Another foul on Herrera.
All right, Kai, my man, this is your time. 2 big ones right now.
First foul on Herrera. No good on the first from Kai. Free throws might be the death of everybody. Second one's good.
All right.
Came down with snow on it. Right through the hoop.
As long as it went through the hoop.
Lombardi. making them take quite a while here. Good job by Rubio, and a wild pass and a turnover. Wow, what a great half-court set for Montgomery on defense.
Ridge is losing a little bit steam of just pressing hard this whole second half, and now you can kind of see that effort wearing them down.
Seems to me, Mr. Pogue, that a good post-game guest for Mandy Shovelin might be Kai Lewis.
I think so.
Great pass inside. Prescott misses a layup, and Hilton's got the rebound. Here's an extra pass. No good on the layup for Ridge. Hilton's got the rebound, and he will lay it in. 1:20 to go. Curry is just going to blow by Lombardi and loses it, and a steal. And now we're going to get a foul.
Hard to imagine that wasn't out of bounds. Hard to see from this angle, though.
Yeah. It's the third foul on Prescott, so it's free throws. .70 ticks to go in this one, and it is now a nail biter. Lombardi no good on the first one. Man, both these teams are going to just be running sprints and shooting free throws tomorrow, boy.
Yeah. Getting loud in here.
Little life from the Den. And no good. Prescott has the board. Getting it to Curry. He's dribbling into and out of trouble. Here's three guys. He gets it back after Hilton able to swat it. Rubio there to challenge.
Just keeping the ball away. Just stay there until they come to you.
Just get fouled.
This is who you foul. No? No?
No need to go to the basket. No need. No, Ridge's got to cut. Ridge's got to foul.
I can't believe they're not fouling.
Yeah, you got to go foul. Oh my goodness! Wow, what a fortuitous.
I mean, they took 30 seconds off the clock.
Holy mackerel! That's the longest we've gone without a foul during regulation play in 2 quarters.
And then when you go and foul somebody, you foul Curry. What do you? I mean,
yeah, it's not the guy. I
know his ankle's messed up, but geez, you know.
Still shoot. You don't got to jump.
Yeah. He gets 2. He's gonna get.
Oh.
Oof.
Can sense the frustration from the Montgomery bench. 1 for 2 again for Curry. Kreitz was trying to pick up a cheapie there on Lewis, but couldn't get it. They throw a lob inside. It's tipped up and around, and what are they going to get? They're going to get Rowan on a foul while he's on the floor, possibly? I don't know.
I'll bite your ankles.
That is what my guess is. Yeah, they're going to get Rowan. Second foul on Rowan. It's 2 shots for Hilton. And he knocks down the first one. This is a huge one. This gets it to a 1-possession game. It hasn't been a 1-possession game since very early in the first half.
Yeah.
And he does so.
You're going to see the pressure here.
Yep. Yep, you are.
Get it in. It's going to be 5 seconds.
No, they get it to Curry. He goes right back to Rowan. Now they get it to Curry.
Oh.
No, great job by Prescott. Just get it to Curry and get out of the way. Get out of the way. 18 ticks to go, and got to get 1 here.
Yeah. All those other misses don't count, man. Now this is it. This is where you need it.
Got to get 1. 4th foul of the game on Jaden Hilton. So Curry taking a chance at a breath here. Boy, this one turned into a nail-biter, huh? knocks down the first.
That's a big one.
It is now a 2-possession game, so it's just a matter of can you make them work long enough? No good. Rabayo's got the rebound, and they're going to get a foul. Wow, what a job by Rabayo again.
2 more, baby. Let's do it.
As Yogi would say, it's deja vu all over again.
Yogi
just like
Yogi
last year. Yogi the Bear,
Yogi
obviously,
the Bear.
yes.
I thought he said, hey, boo-boo.
Hey, boo.
Where's my picnic basket?
There is just everybody that's a teenager is like, what is he
What are you
talking
talking about? No, wasn't that a movie a few years back? Maybe they would. Maybe they get it.
Did they make a movie out
I
of
think they did. A weird animated one.
Rabayo. First one's good. This one's big. This one will get you to a 2-possession game. And that's only just to tie.
And 2 big threes it would be.
On its way, yes.
I mean, like we said before, clutch. When it matters, he's ice.
Time out from Ridge. No reason to send you on your way right now. Montgomery leads it by 6. It was 2 humongous free throws a moment ago from Chris Rabayo. And Timmy, that was as antithetical to the rest of this premise as any 2 free throws could have been in any game we've ever played, because seeming like the only 2 that Montgomery's made all day, and they were huge.
Yeah, I'll answer that once. I got to just thumb through this thesaurus real quick.
Anthropological? What did you say?
Anthropological.
What?
I want everybody to know I'm actively seeking resumes right now for anybody else that wants to do this. Just
if you want to impress them, use big words on your resume.
Yeah.
You got to use a thesaurus for sure.
I forgot you teach 5th grade.
All right, that was a good one.
Here's Ridge.
My 5th graders would have known those words.
They need a couple of biggies real fast. Montgomery's already making them work. And a layup no good. It's on the floor. Prescott's got it, and he's going to be fouled with 5 seconds to go, and that's pretty much going to ice it.
Woo, baby.
Montgomery's going to get out of here with a victory. Pogue, talk to me about Kai Lewis here, the defensive job he did in the second half.
And he was the glue. He made the best scorer look like a slightly above average scorer. And it was just a lot of work, a lot of running around screens, dodging a lot of screens down low.
I would love if he had the pedometer on to know, just how many steps it was in the second half alone.
Well, he's got quick feet. It's a lot more steps, too.
He's got to be exhausted.
And that's the dagger. That makes it a 7-point game. So just don't foul anybody. Lombardi's going to go through the middle and put in a layup at the buzzer. It is routine, and Montgomery comes out with a 5-point victory over a super dangerous Ridge team to sweep the regular season series from the Red Devils. How about that? The second half was not pretty. But a dub is a dub, as they say.
It did the job, man. It did the job. And they overcame some adversity. You got Curry going down with the ankle. He's out. You got to, it looked like they were ready to get away from him, but then they were able to get their composure. Curry comes back, and they're able to close out the game, which is a mark of a really good team.
No doubt about it. It was a fantastic second half from Kai Lewis. And it will be Kai Lewis who will join Mandy Shovlin on the postgame. If we can ever get Mr. Pogue to take care of life there, as looks like he now does. Mandy, what you got to say for Mr. Lewis?
Okay, guys, I'm here with senior Kai Lewis to ask him a few questions. So this is a really fast and competitive game, right? How did you overcome this high pressure?
You just got to stay in the game the whole time. It's all mental, so basically all you got to do is just stay in the game, Confidence is key.
All right. What is something that stood out to you about your team's performance today?
No matter the run, we kept fighting through. So as a team, we kept each other up, and yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Great game. All right, guys. Great game, Cougs. We pulled it out. Back to you.
Thank you, Mandy. It's Mandy Shovlin, and the defensive star of the second half, Kai Lewis. Can't really say enough about what that young man was able to do to shut down Ridge's best player, Gavin Kreitz.
I mean, there's no stats for how many picks you had to run into from the guys down low, but he had to take a lot of that kind of damage just to make sure that that shooter was still being chased.
No doubt about it. Timmy, you got just enough from that big first half lead.
Supporting crew, right?
To have enough padding there to survive that maniacal ending. A couple of warts maybe there that you saw without Curry in the game, but boy, talk about the grit of Curry to come back and just that spin between the legs, spin, crossover, let me get fouled. I mean, about as impressive a series on a bum ankle as I've seen.
I mean, that kid, every time he touches the ball, every time he does something on the court, I'm impressed. You know, you expect it at this point, but it's still no less amazing, you know?
Yeah, he has been about as fantastic as you could want to be. So we will come back to you next Tuesday evening live from Montgomery against one of our good friends, Kyle Rarick and North Hunterdon, as Montgomery looks to split that season series after a loss up at North Hunterdon earlier this season. And that should always be a good one. They're not running that crazy-ass three-point system anymore, by the way. I found that out because that was just a wacky set of circumstances. But in any event, a huge win for Montgomery here tonight, guys. Thank you very much. Previous has been a production of the Myers, the sole property of the Montgomery Internet Radio Experience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this game without the express consent of the Meyer, strictly prohibited. Cougs win it by 5, 48-43 over Ridge. For Jess and Jen Kruk, Mandy Shovlin, Tim Bartholomew, and Matt Pogue, I am Keith Glock. Thank you for watching.